All right, here we go. Let's do this thing. Good damn morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. Turn that music down, please. Hi there. Yeah, I tell him to turn the music down, and he doesn't because he is my mouse, and my mouse ain't working. Good morning. Happy Tuesday on the Morning Night Live. The Iowa Caucuses are done, and no real surprises if you knew what to expect. I was kind of thinking there might be a little bit of surprise as far as the ground game of one certain candidate, and but that did not come about, and what was expected happened. And so we're going to talk about that a lot today, but there's also a few things trending that we got to talk about too. So, just like on any other given day, I welcome you to the show and hope you enjoy what you're about to see. Shall we start this thing? Hang on. I'm doing one other little thing here. Make sure everything works. It does, because I got home a little late. And yeah, so that's it. Let's, Johnny, turn that crap off. Thank you. And let's play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Yes. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Stop the music. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I am your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet, and welcome back to the P-Dog Knight channel on this Tuesday, the 16th of January, 2024. Did I say 23 yesterday? Did I forget the year? No, it's 2024. I got my cup of reparations in the Grandpa Cup because grandbaby number 2 has arrived, as you know, this weekend, and I'm excited for that. Mommy and Daddy and little big sister are all doing great as far as I know as of yesterday, and we'll be talking to them on the regular, at least communicating with them, but they're doing fine. But baby girl was 6 pounds, 15 ounces, and a very quick delivery. Well, I don't need to go into that, but anyway, very happy, healthy, and all, and so on and so forth. So anyway, we're going to talk about the Iowa Caucuses this morning, just because there's a lot of news and a lot of things that are surrounding that made the headlines and made the trending topics on Twitter. The app formerly known as Twitter, also known as X, where there are posts instead of tweets and reposts instead of retweets, whatever. And oh, dude, I just noticed on the app formerly known as X, there's a Spaces called DeSantis Elimination Party Volume 1. Now, And look, we'll get to some of the results, and they were kind of as expected, although there was one surprise as far as I was concerned. Maybe it's because one certain candidate had a really good ground game and stayed ahead of what the polls made it sound like were something else. So we'll get to that, I promise. But first, let's say hi to everybody, like I do every morning, who have made it to the chat. On the early, first in chat on Rumble, Mr. Avocados Diablo gets the bell. Also, good morning, Mike Savage, Blarg, Jimmy Hotep, and that looks like it's everybody. So thank you for joining us over there. Well, it may not be everybody. Let's see. 11 watching on Rumble. I'm one of them. So 10 besides my open window. If you're watching on Rumble, if you have a window open on Rumble, just say hi. That's all I ask you to do. Say hi. Let us know that you dropped in on Rumble. That was great. I appreciate it. And make sure you hit the like button over there. It looks like a couple people already did, and that's very good. So On YouTube, first in the chat. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta scroll up. I didn't even scroll yet. First in the chat on YouTube is also Mr. Avocados Diabli, who gets the bell. Now, unfortunately, the rest of this is scrambled because, you know, YouTube likes to do that to me. Let me see if I do Chop Chat, will it let me go back up to the top? Well, that lets me go. No, it doesn't. It does not. Anyway, also good morning to, shoot. Well, they're not in order now. Somnambul Nation, Zed the Snarky, what's up? Kara Soldier, Mike Savage, Blarg. Let's see. Attack Alpaca's in the house. Tyler F, hello. JB is here. Lord Stanhope. I know I saw Jimmy Das Hotep over there. Again, this whole thing just, I don't know why it does this. Sometimes it skips down to the middle of the chat and you can't scroll back to the top. I've never figured out why that is. Good morning, GDSOB. Simon Wolfwood, Lord Stanhope. Trying to see Unacceptable Views. Good morning, one of our Canadian friends. And if I missed you, it's because this skip. Number one is here. Good morning. And also, Tyre Alexander, the gentleman Lich, is in the house. Also, good morning, Timothy Saturis. Now, that's a new name. Now, you may have been here under a different name. You may have been here under the same name, and I don't remember. But welcome to the show. Nice to have some new faces in the crowd. Also, over on Rumble, welcome Phantom Dog Fart. One of the great names on the internet. So, cheers, everybody. Got my cup of... Today I got the Kona blend that we brought back from Hawaii back in whenever we were in Hawaii. I think it was last July. We bought a whole bunch, and it's all in the freezer, and it makes me very happy every time we have a taste of the Kona blend coffee. It has a nice little oil to it too. It's really good because it was very freshly ground, but when we got it. So let's get into the news, because obviously the big news is the Iowa Caucuses. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I don't want to forget this. This is very important to me. Thank you to the people who have already shared the show. Somnambul Nation, Jimmy Das Hotep. Looks like a few of you also retweeted. Tyler F, Jimmy Das Hotep, Somnambul Nation. Another guy, V, Chris Kroll, and Swamp Fox Ghost. Thanks to all of you for tweeting out the show. I appreciate it. Give us the news. Yeah. Slip into the news with the Iowa Caucuses. All right, let's get into the Iowa Caucuses. But before we do that, let's just talk about what's trending on Twitter. Now, usually I like to pick out a day, one of the days that are trending, but there's no. If anyone have a special day? Oh, I never reset did I ever reset I didn't reset that, did I? Here, let's reset the stream labels, because there is no Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day so far. You can be the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. And that's you know, that's how, I don't know what that does, but anyway, okay, let's just get into what's trending in the world. One of the things that's trending, there's a birthday today, though. It may not be one of those special days like, you know, early peach season, Georgia Peach Day, or, you know, the Computer Chip Appreciation Day. There's no special day that I could see on here, but show me the TNA. I don't do TNA on here. Oh, well, I try to avoid it. Sometimes you get it by accident. But anyway, things that are trending. John Carpenter, the director, the great director of many a film, especially in the 80s and 90s. It's his birthday today. He is 76 years old. Happy 76th birthday to the best friend a horror movie ever had, John Carpenter. Monsters in movies are us. Always us, one way or the other. They're us with hats on. Now, for example, one of the movies he made was this one with this is is that Roddy Piper, who was in that movie They Live, where he walked around in the sunglasses. Oh, I can't play it. Where he walked around in the sunglasses, and he put the sunglasses on, he'd see things, and he'd take them take them off and he'd see the regular world, but then he'd see the sunglasses on, he'd see all the monsters. That was one of the John Carpenter's movies. That was one of his great works. He also, let's see, wait, that's not John Carpenter, that's Sonny Bono. Happy birthday to the master of horror, John Carpenter. No, is that him? Oh, that is him. He looks like Sonny Bono though. But he also did The Thing with Kurt Russell. He did a bunch of movies. So anyway, Close Encounters. Wait a minute. Halloween. That's what he did. Halloween. You gotta love John Carpenter. Anyway, happy birthday, John Carpenter. Also trending this morning, unrelated to anything but politics. Snow is trending now because in a large portion of North America, we got snow, and someone was, where was it? In Nashville. I have a buddy who moved from Chicago to Nashville, and apparently they got like a foot of snow in Nashville, and he's like, damn it, I moved from Chicago to Nashville thinking I was going to get away from this crap. But a great portion of the country has been overrun with global warming, and everyone is in snow and ice and whatever. Like this dude he's just trying to walk up the street. Now, I don't think where is this? When your house is at the top of this street, that poor dude. Anyway, let's see. And then there's a dog out here in the snow. A lot of people are talking about the snow. I'm very concerned about scrolling too fast. So anyway, snow is a big thing in the United States. It is 4 below zero here where I live, and it's probably really cold where you are too. Hey, the one who's in the house, nice to see you. And Hypnagogic Monk, nice to see you both over there. I just belled you because it's nice to see you. Also, good morning, Special Can Acid and Tex AG 007. I think I got everybody. All right. So anyway, welcome to January, Minnesota. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. We're definitely used to it. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. Okay. Let's talk about Iowa briefly. I got a few stories about it, but as you know, the Iowa Caucuses were last night. And, as expected, Donald Trump basically ran away with the Iowa Caucuses. But the best part about the Iowa Caucuses now, and the other thing here's the results. I'll just show you the results here. There's Brian Stelter, we get a good laugh at, but I just wanted to show you the results with 95% of the returns, however they do it. They go into these rooms, they all talk, because I used to live in Iowa, and I went to the Iowa Caucuses when I lived down there. And basically, you go to your precinct, and all these people come to the precinct who they want to support, and they come in, and they talk to each other, and everyone has a little, elevator's pitch about every candidate, and everyone does this and that, and they actually talk about shit. And then they go, and if you're with this guy, you come over here, and if you're with this guy over here, and if you're undecided, you go over here, and then people come over there and try to talk to the undecideds. And then eventually everyone gets to put a ballot. And I was watching a ballot like in Council Bluffs, Iowa last night, where they were using popcorn containers, like movie theater popcorn containers, because everyone puts a handwritten ballot and they put it in the popcorn container, and then everyone, then they count them out, and you count them out one at a time, and it's like paper ballots, and they count in front of everybody. It's so much better than voting machines. It's amazing, but it's so primitive, some people were saying. I'm like, well, which would you rather have? Would you rather have every precinct being counted out in front of the people standing around there, or would you rather have just some voting machines when you're not really sure? Good morning, Patio Furniture. How you doing? So anyway, Donald Trump, basically 51% of the vote. Ron DeSantis came in second. Now, I'm a little surprised, I guess, but not really, because Ron DeSantis apparently had the strongest ground game in Iowa. And then Nikki Haley at 22.1%, Nikki Haley at 19.1%, and Vivek Ramaswamy came in with 7.7%. So he actually performed a little bit better than was expected. He was expected to get about 2%, and everyone was like, whatever. But he's already dropped out of the race. Now, the best thing about the Iowa caucuses, though, is not that Trump won or that DeSantis and whatever the order they came in, right? Is that the Snarky? I see you over there on Rumble. How you doing? The best thing about the Iowa caucus is was not the Iowa caucuses. But the best thing about the Iowa caucuses is the reaction of the media to the Iowa caucuses. It's glorious. I'm going to first start with some, and a couple of them are trending. Now, for example, Joy Reid is trending. And now, what's hilarious about this, okay? What's hilarious about Joy, first, I'm going to let you guess. I want you all to guess why Joy Reid believes Trump got the most Iowa caucuses votes over let me just stop there. I'm just going to stop there. Joy Reid had a reason why the Iowa caucus results were the way they were. Okay, now let me remind you. Okay, let me remind you of the order they came in. They came in this order. Donald Trump at 51%. Let's go back here. Donald Trump at 51%. Ron DeSantis at 21.2%. Nikki Haley at 19.1%. And Vivek Ramaswamy at 7.7%. And there was some little 1 or 2 votes here and there for certain people. Oh my gosh, you guys are so smart. Hello, Amazing Disgrace, by the way. Because black people were afraid of the snow. Well, you're close. That's yes. Racism, yes. Racism, yes. I hope Joy gets her mad. So mad her wig catches on fire. Okay, Iowans are all evil white racists. Apparently, you all are just. Look, I'm you all. I don't even need to do this show anymore. Y'all are too smart for the show. Okay, Joy Reid, because Iowans, there are just too many white Christians in Iowa. Here's Joy Reid talking about the great state of Iowa. Here, I'm going to pause this so I can put it full screen so you can see the whole thing in all its glory and her beautiful. I always laugh when she complains about white people wearing a blonde wig. Anyway, here's Joy Reid discussing why this was a problem in Iowa.
But, I feel like the important sort of data point.
What's the data point, Joy?
Steve talks about it
What's
a lot.
the data
He's
point?
going to probably talk about it a little more tonight. Is that these are white Christians. That this is a state that is overrepresented by white Christians that are going to participate in these caucuses.
Christians.
White. Earlier today,
they are white
Robbie
Christians.
Jones, from the Public Religion Research Institute, knowing that we were going to talk about Iowa.
Hey, dumbass. They're Republicans who are treating Donald Trump as the incumbent president also. Excuse me, I'm going to let you finish.
Well, and this is a hyper-evangelical white state.
Hyper-evangelical. Now, that's an amazing statement. Now, I lived in Iowa for 8 years. I went to school there, and I lived there for a few years after I left school. And I participated in the Iowa caucuses, okay? I didn't see that all that much. The white, that they were preaching white evangelical shit, but I get it. I was most highly densely, they're mostly populated white people, except for like in Des Moines, part of Council Bluffs, Waterloo, and Marshalltown. Mostly it's pretty white state. The percentage is almost as bad as Vermont, but. I shouldn't have said bad. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I enjoyed living in Iowa. People were nice there. Anyway, but yes, of course, it's because they're white Christians.
Iowa is about 61% white Christian. The country as a whole is approximately 41% white Christian.
61% white Christian. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm afraid to drive through Iowa now.
Iowa, we're talking about evangelical white Christians.
Evangelical white Christians.
Because I asked them,
I haven't seen it.
What do they get out of support?
Most of them are Lutherans and Catholics and Episcopalians and whatever. There's all kinds of Protestant religions in Iowa. Evangelicals, I'm sure there's some, but they're mostly rural people, except for Des Moines and the Quad Cities and I mean, Iowa City, sort of, but Iowa City is a bunch of students.
Supporting Donald Trump because he keeps losing, he keeps delivering losses and losses and losses. And he said the following.
Did he?
They see themselves as the rightful inheritors of this country. And Trump has promised to give it back
to white Christians. Yes,
All
Donald Trump only talks to white Christians. He doesn't think that when he says America first, he doesn't think that everybody here are Americans. He thinks all the black people that he said built the country at that one speech, he didn't think we're really Americans. It's just white Christians, the only one who matter.
That we think about electability, about, what are people gaming out?
Really? Isn't he leading Biden in most of the polls too, as a head-to-head with Biden?
Matters when you believe
Aaron Meredith, how you doing?
that God has given you this country, that it is yours,
yes.
and that everyone who is not
Yes,
a white
Joy.
Conservative Christian is a fraudulent American.
Is that really? Okay, all right. that's Joy Reid. Yes. And who's this? The what moment is crucial. Most white Christians don't yet know who they're dealing with. Okay, I don't even know what that means. But so Joy Reid is very convinced that and by the way, this is a funny tweet. MSNBC host Joy Reid, whose hair is now white, appears to have a problem with how many white Christians there are in Iowa. She's going to be even more upset after the night's over. There's our white Christians. The state is okay. So yes, it's most of the white people's state. I got it. And that seems to be a problem for Joy Reid. All right. But she's not the only MSNBC host who had I would say choice words, and you know who I'm going to talk about next. None other than Rachel. Wait, where's Rachel Maddow? I had Rachel Maddow queued up. Where is it? Oh no! I lost my Rachel Maddow tweet. Dang it! Where is it? I had it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh boy, I'm going to do that Denzel Washington thing. Ooh. Like when someone gets put in the trending old people on X, then you're always worried if you click on it and you hear they died. I did that Denzel Washington thing. I almost lost because you got to hear Rachel Maddow have a meltdown about this, right? Let's listen to Rachel Maddow, the purveyor of the Russian collusion hoax, the greatest spreader of disinformation regarding Donald Trump in the last 5 years. Here comes Rachel Maddow. She's very distraught.
And the big picture takeaway from that, and I don't mean to be, again, too dark, as you said, on this. But
I don't mean to be too dark. Did you notice how she pointed at Joy Reid when she said that? That's pretty racist, Rachel. What the hell are you doing? Pointed at, when you said it, you hope it's not too dark, and you point at Joy Reid? What the hell are you doing? Was that a Freudian slip there?
It is not. If we are worried about the rise of authoritarianism in this country, we are worried about potential.
Yes, because none of the Democrats are acting authoritarian right now when they're using lawfare to get rid of the leading candidate of the other party. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Rise of fascism in this country. We're worried
fascism!
About our democracy falling to an authoritarian and
yes,
potentially
says Jen
fascist form of
Psaki.
government. The leader who is trying to do that is part of that equation.
But
people wanting that is a much bigger part of that equation.
We want
the American
fascism.
Electorate is made up of two major parties. One of those parties has been flirting with extremism on the cultural right.
There's no extremism on the cultural left. None at all. There is not a bit of extremism whatsoever. Good morning, Chicago. Mike, how you doing, brother? There is no extremism on the cultural left.
Very long time. They've brought them in a way that they haven't been central to Republican electoral politics ever before, and I know because I've been studying this.
You've been studying this. Yes, you are. You also studied the Russian collusion whole thing, too. And boy, oh boy, you spent a lot of time on that, and you put every egg in that basket, and then all that egg ended up where? All over your fucked up face. I'm so sorry. Oh boy, I'm going to let you finish.
Have radicalized one major party, so that
radicalized.
Those are the preferences of the people who adhere to your party.
Look at John. Look at that look. She's like, yeah. I saw you point at me when you said, I don't want to be too dark with this. I'm going to whoop your ass after this show.
Changeable. And yes, Trumpism is sometimes what we call it.
Oh,
MAGA
Trumpism.
movement is probably a better way to do it.
Oh,
But there
Megism.
is an authoritarian movement inside
Yes,
Republican
yes,
politics
it is.
that isn't being bamboozled by Trump. They are pushing Trump to get more and more extreme, because the more extreme things he says,
the more they
adhere to him.
Well,
And that is
maybe
coming from
if
a
you all
very
weren't
large proportion
pushing
of the
this
American
lawfare
right that
bullshit.
adheres to the Republican Party, and that's why this is a Republican Party problem more than it is the problem of one man and his.
My goodness, what intense analysis! I am stunned at how brilliant that is, because there has been no authoritarian bent to Joe Biden whatsoever. Not with the mask mandates, not with the people who wanted people to lose their jobs if they didn't get the jab that turned out to be some bullshit that, now that we're finding out there's also a little bit of a gene therapy in the mRNA, whatever jabs that we're finding out. Now we're finding out the social distancing was bullshit. But no, the authoritarians, who wants to lock up people for having an opinion different than theirs. No, that's not authoritarian at all. But boy, oh boy, Donald Trump is certainly going to be the dictator, and he's going to be just like Hitler. That talk, the projection is amazing. The projection is amazing. So anyway, those are two things that are trending. Iowa, Joy Reid, Rachel Maddow. Now, white Christians is also trending, and that's because of what Joy Reid said there. And so we'll skip that trending topic. And also another one that's trending. Excuse me. I got to prepare for this. Okay, just give me. Extreme MAGA is also trending on X. Let's see, and that's because Joe Biden's reaction to Donald Trump winning the Iowa caucuses, which, we all knew Donald Trump was going to win the Iowa caucuses, but here's Joe Biden's reaction. Looks like Donald Trump just won Iowa. He's the clear front runner on the other side at this point. But here's the thing. This election is always going to be you and me versus extreme MAGA Republicans. It was true yesterday, and it'll be true tomorrow. So if you're with us, chip in now. Joe, link, donate. And I was going to, anyway. Anyway, so yes, extreme MAGA is trending because that's how Joe describes them again. Now, Joe Biden's response to Trump winning the Iowa caucus. But here's the thing. This election was always going to be you and me versus extreme MAGA Republicans. So there's a few articles about that. I don't need to read it. You saw the statement. Also trending right now because of Iowa caucuses. New Hampshire's trending because, that's where they're going next. Nikki Haley, thank you, Iowa. You're faithful, patriotic, hardworking. I'm grateful to each of you. Now it's on to New Hampshire, where this campaign is the last best hope of stopping Trump-Biden rematch that no one wants. We offer America a better choice. Now, by the way, and the prediction yesterday, someone was saying that in Iowa, there would be a lot of Democrats who, don't have to deal with the Democratic caucuses because they're not even going to pretend that there's other people running for president on the Democratic side, even though there's Dean Phillips and Cenk Uygur and what Rachel Maddow's dildos here. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Hello, Jesse Leon too. I gave her a workout yesterday. Oh, that's a little too much information. Anyway, so they're going to be heading to New Hampshire. And since the Democrats didn't have anyone running in Iowa, they didn't have any Democratic caucuses, the prediction was that a lot of Democrats would jump the fence and go to the Republican caucuses and vote for Nikki Haley. And at least in one precinct, now this is anecdotal because it was one precinct, but a guy was talking about this on X, and I'm not going to go find the tweet, but he was saying that, he was in a caucus at his precinct in West Des Moines, and this was a precinct where I think it was like, what was it? It was 51 votes for Haley, 51 for DeSantis, 49 for Trump, and then there's Ramaswamy and some others, right? But he was saying that almost all, like more than like 60, 70% of the people there that voted for Nikki Haley in that particular West Des Moines precinct were all Democrats who crossed over to vote for Nikki Haley, because Nikki Haley is kind of Hillary Clinton and Liz Cheney all wrapped into one. And also they were trying to basically to put a wrench, and I was going to say a monkey in the wrench, but that doesn't make sense. Put a monkey wrench in the Trump campaign in Iowa. So I would guess that a lot of Nikki Haley's 20 or 19, whatever percent that she got in the Iowa caucuses, I would guess that there were at least a decent number of Democrats who went there specifically to vote for Nikki Haley. But anyway, because like I said, New Hampshire's trending, so we got Nikki Haley's. Laura Looney, I mean, see Laura Loomer, has tweeted 5 hours ago saying that Trump just landed in New York. He just won the Iowa caucuses and has been up for 24 hours. Now he has to go to court in New York City in a couple hours, and then he's headed to New Hampshire for his rally. The man doesn't get any sleep. He's fighting hard for all of us, and what is happening to him is so unfair. He doesn't let it break his spirit. It's inspirational, and everyone who isn't behind him should be ashamed of themselves. Thank you, President Trump. Well, you know, there's people going to have different opinions, and I'm fine with people having different opinions, but whatever happens, I want to make sure that we don't have another 4 years of another however many years of Joe Biden or whoever takes his place before November. I still think that. I think someone's going to be taking his place because he's going to lose no matter who the Republican nominee is. And the Democrats know it. So anyway, so that's Laura Looney. What a turn of events. Vivek has, and by the way, Vivek dropped out of the presidential race. He has suspended his campaign. The reason they say suspend instead of ending is because they can still raise funds in case they have any deficit spending to cover the deficit spending. But he has endorsed Donald Trump. He has dropped out of the race, presidential race, and said he will be appearing tomorrow at a rally with Donald Trump in New Hampshire. So whatever that little tiny dust up on the social media things that happened between Vivek and Donald Trump yesterday, I guess all is forgiven because now he's endorsed Donald Trump. And again, Donald Trump, his reaction to yesterday after a historic win in Iowa, I can't do Trump. I'm going to the Biden-encouraged witch hunt in Lower Manhattan to fight against a fake case from a woman who I've never met, seen, or touched. Celebrity lines don't count. Naturally, it starts right after Iowa and during the very important New Hampshire primary, where, despite their sinister attempts, I will be tonight. It is a giant election interference scam pushed and financed by political operatives. I had no idea who this woman is. Pure fiction. So he's going to go, he's got to fight against, what's her name? E. Jean Carroll, who had the story. Now, if you don't know, there's a reason that I know E. Jean Carroll's story is BS. And we talked about it in the show, and I had some people really mad at me for saying, "Oh, that story's bullshit." But if you go back and read the story that she put in, I think it was Vanity Fair, and actually think about what her description of that story is, it was physically impossible. She wrote a fantasy novel, which is what she does for a living, and it is all BS. But anyway, he's got to go fight that case. The trial schedule for these cases and their relationship to the presidential race are pretty uncanny. So he's going to be in court and going on the campaign trail. I guess he just sleeps on the plane when he does. All right, also trending. Trump's VP is trending. Now, there's a lot of speculation of who Donald Trump's vice presidential pick will be. Someone here says, anyone guesses who Trump's VP pick is? And let's see I'm going to see what clip they put here. This is, I believe, is from his town hall the other night.
Who would be in the running for vice president?
Well, I can't tell you that, really. I mean, I know.
Whoop, hang on.
who it's going to be.
Give us a hint.
We'll do another show sometime.
Well, what about any of the people who you've run against? Would you be open to mending fences with any of them?
I will. I've already started to like Christie better.
Christie for vice president?
I don't see it. That would be an upset. Christie for vice president. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce.
No way.
Who would be in the
take it
running
easy,
for vice
Tim.
president?
Well, I can't tell you that, really. I mean, I know.
Okay, so anyway, it's not going to be Chris Christie. It will not be Chris Crisco. I call him. Let's see. Vivek Ramaswamy tells me, this is Glenn Beck saying, what must happen for him to consider being Trump's VP? I don't want to build a new building for the FBI. I want to shut it down, and I have to make sure we're on the same page about those things. Vivek Ramaswamy said, who I believe is going to be Trump's VP, dishing up truths to the mainstream misinformation media. Trump and Vivek are exactly what we need in this country to rid ourselves of the corruption and current established. Now, I have a lot of friends on X and whatever, Twitter, whatever it's called, who don't trust Vivek Ramaswamy and really don't like the idea of him being the vice president pick. There's a lot of people who don't like the idea of a lot of the people that get brought up. But there's a lot of people who don't trust him. And a part of it is because of some of the stories behind his pharmaceutical company, the idea that he got a scholarship from the Soros Foundation when he was young. He was one of the World Economic Forum young up and coming people that they put him on a list, and then he sued them to take him off the list because he didn't want anything to do with it. Hello, Darren Root, by the way. I don't know. There is no better campaigner as far as dealing with the public, dealing with the press, dealing with adversaries than Vivek. He is the smoothest talking MFer on the planet, even way better than Obama. And a lot of people like to call him Vivek Obama 2.0. But he's phenomenal when it comes to people trying to take him off his game. And, I don't think he'd be a terrible pick, but I think he'd piss some people off. But everyone will piss some people off. You can't really fight that. Someone here says, Wayne Dupree, Trump's VP choice needs to have the ability to continue his blueprint to make America great again. We don't need turncoats that are Trump jumpers that's the Wayne Dupree show. Unlike the left, we have a deep bench. There are many great options for Trump's VP, and they include Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis. Hell to the no on Nikki Haley. No. She's proven to be, she now has become Liz Cheney. She's just Liz Cheney. So here's Vivek dropping out of the race.
As I've said since the beginning, there are two America First candidates in this race. And earlier tonight, I called Donald Trump to tell him that I congratulated him on his victory. And now going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency. And I think we're going to do the right thing for this country. As I've said since the beginning.
It's interesting. He said, we're going to do the right thing for this country. What should be my we, Vivek? All right. Anyway, so that's trending also. Also trending, Make America Great Again. Did Doug Burgum? Doug Burgum, the governor of North Dakota, a relative through marriage who I've never met, but he's a cousin of my daughter-in-law. Doug Burgum says, under President Trump, America was safe and prosperous, and tomorrow, when you caucus, you have an opportunity to send a message to the nation. Donald Trump will make America great again. So Doug Burgum has endorsed Donald Trump, at least for the Iowa Caucuses, so that's interesting. And Ben Carson, too. We knew Ben Carson had endorsed Trump. So that's trending. Also, now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to other things trending besides American politics. And then we'll come back to the caucuses later. Just read a few articles about it. Justin Trudeau is trending today and fairly high. So my Canadian friends, you love your prime minister, and let's talk about him for a little bit. Now, now, and they're for various reasons. So here, Viva Fry, Joe Biden and Justin Trudeau have blood on their hands in Ukraine's murder of Gonzalo Lira. He has a 13-minute rant on this. The Coach Red Pill, if you remember him, he's dead now. Also, someone here says, oh, dude! Oh, I didn't even see this! Quebec man pleads guilty to setting 14 forest fires, forcing hundreds from home. Aren't these the forest fires that Justin Trudeau said were because of global warming? Oh my goodness, Quebec man who blamed wildfires on government pleads guilty to setting 14 fires. A Quebec man who has posted conspiracy theories online that forest fires were being deliberately set by the government has pleaded guilty to starting a series of fires himself that forced hundreds of people from their homes. Brian Paré, 38, pleaded guilty Monday on 13 counts of arson and 1 count of arson with disregard for human life at the courthouse in Chibougamau, Quebec. Prosecutor Marie-Philippe Charon told the court that 2 of the 14 fires set by Paré forced the evacuation of around 500 homes in Chapias, Quebec, a small community located around 425 kilometers northwest of Quebec City. So there you go. More proof of global warming. Justin Trudeau, who said the fires were because of climate change. Now, also people are pissed off about the carbon tax. And is Pierre Poilievre, he's the guy, the conservative who's always up in Justin Trudeau's grits. Justin Trudeau's carbon tax scam is hammering business and workers. Just look how much they pay in carbon taxes, and ask yourself if it makes any sense. And then Justin Trudeau says it's not worth the cost of heat. So here's this guy talking about carbon taxes in our friendly neighbor Canada.
Yeah, but I want to show you his robbery. Come. What? So check this out over here.
Okay. So here we go.
Over here, that is how much gas I actually
$22.88 in gas.
In order to get the gas delivered to me.
To get it delivered, $23.78. Delivery charge.
Then, in order to get the gas
transportation to Enbridge, another $10 basically.
44 cents. Then
federal carbon charge.
Federal carbon tax and charges me
$26.76 carbon tax for $22 a gas. That's 105% on just the gas alone. Holy shit!
More than what the gas itself costs. Then I have no idea what this is.
Cost adjust gas supply charge. So not only, you're getting charged for the gas, then you're getting charged for it to be delivered, then you're getting charged for it to be transported after it's delivered. Then you got the gas supply charge, which is the gas supply charge is $26.51. Holy balls, Canada. And then you got the $26 carbon tax, so the whole total bill is $117. And oh no! Wait a minute.
Highest charge here, and then I got a cost adjustment, so they just felt nice.
Cost adjustment. They just have a cost adjustment of $6.37 for no particular reason. And then after you get all the charges for natural gas, then they have the HST. What does HST stand for? Maybe he'll tell me.
And 73 cents. So although my customer
the carbon tax costs more than the gas itself.
88 cents because I'm being mindful and I'm not using my gas up. My grand total for natural gas after HST was $100.
And what's HST, Canadians?
And 5 cents.
What's HST? Anybody? Holy shit. Is that like something sales tax? You got sales tax on your natural gas after all that bullshit? Holy shit. Now somebody said this says Justin Trudeau gets pressed. This is someone who rips on Justin Trudeau. Listen to this about his carbon tax, in fact. Here's someone ripping on Trudeau about carbon taxes.
Hey there, how you doing? I'm not shaking your hand, bro. You're a piece of shit, man. Why is that? Stop the entire country.
How did I mess up this country?
Can anybody afford a home? In this day, they're charging people carbon tax. You got 9 V8s here idling for 30 minutes. Your carbon footprint is increasing. We're getting charged for what?
We're putting a price on pollution,
right?
And we're returning it to families like yours.
I don't think so. You're
returning it?
Ukraine, right?
Okay, Canadians, hold on. When he says, my Canadian friends, Special K and Unacceptable Views and Jaeger Pony and all y'all Canadians, when he says we're returning it to you, hello, Selective Boy. When he says you're returning it to you, when he says you're returning, we're returning it to you. What does that even mean? Oh, then he brings up Putin. Wait a minute, did he just bring up Putin? Hold on. We're putting
on pollution,
right?
And we're returning it to families like yours.
I don't think so. You're sending it over to Ukraine, right?
No.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Putin.
Definitely.
Yes. Oh, you bring up Putin. Is that what is the new thing about Putin? Is it still because they try to pretend that because they try to pretend that Donald Trump had something with Putin, even though it was Hillary Clinton who actually colluded with Russians? Oh my gosh. Canucks championship of government hard to embrace Trudeau. Okay. Oh, there's people here. Who the F would vote for Donald Trump? As a Canadian, I seriously do not understand this. Well, some Canadians do and think you guys are nuts for having Justin Trudeau as your freaking prime minister. Hello, Cindy Bishop and T. Maxey, one of my Canadian friends. Hello. And Swirly's in the house. HST is harmonized sales tax. What the fuck does harmonized sales tax mean? Does it mean that someone sings at a D and then someone sings at an F sharp? What is harmonized sales tax? I have no idea what harmonized means. Okay, but along with that, Never Trump is trending too. I forgot about that. Oh shit, 22% of Republicans straight up admitting the documents case is straight criminal. Context: Biden won 2020 election with 6 to 8% Never Trump Republican. Okay, that's out of context. I'm going to move that back over here because with the Trump stuff that I missed, or the Iowa Caucuses stuff, and we'll get back to. I want to get back to. And Trump and DeSantis is trending too. I must have accidentally put this in the wrong order. So anyway, as a Canadian's trending too. So Canada's trending a lot. Like as a Canadian, and Trudeau were all trending this morning. So, and I'm pretty sure the As a Canadian, though, is going to talk about Iowa. But here's someone who says, as a Canadian, I say this as a Canadian realist, don't fuck with America. Just don't do it. And they're showing all the warships in the Gulf here. I'm not sure the aircraft carriers and shit. Someone here says, as a Canadian, here's somebody who likes Donald Trump. As a Canadian, this gives me hope. If elected, Pierre better behave. We'll have the largest deportation effort in the history of our country. This is what he says to, he's saying, this gives me hope as a Canadian.
We have millions and millions of people here. It is not sustainable. Did you see in New York City with it?
Oh, gosh, keeps doing that.
Getting the regular students out and they're putting migrants in their place. We are going to have the largest deportation effort in the history of our country. We're bringing everybody back. To where they came from. We have no choice. We have no choice.
Okay, so he's saying that, okay, that remains to be seen. You got to get that shit through Congress. You've got to win. And I'm a little nervous about this. I think there's such a faction of people who just absolutely hate him. And I don't trust our voting systems anymore. And you know what? In order for him to, I don't want Joe Biden back in office. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care. I would vote for Nikki Haley over Joe Biden. I would vote for any of the candidates on the Republican side, even though I do not like Nikki Haley. I'm not ready for another warmonger president. I want a president who's going to keep us out of wars as much as they can. And, the one thing Donald Trump has, the factor he has is the fact that Donald Trump's a jackass. And I say it all the time. Donald Trump is a jackass. And you need a jackass to deal with all the other jackasses in the world. And all the other jackasses in the world, while they may laugh about Trump behind his back, they're all afraid of him. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, someone else here. As a Canadian, I am outraged and embarrassed on the direction our country is going. Let's see what this one is.
Canadian police are giving citizens an unusual warning about porch pirates. They're telling people not to post videos of the thefts to protect the privacy of the alleged thieves. A police spokesman saying you cannot post the images yourself because you have to remember, here in Canada, we have a presumption of innocence, and posting that picture could be a violation of private life. Dagan will on Canadian police.
I'm going to play that one more time just to see if I really heard what I just fucking heard. Hello, Trippy Liberty. What's up, brother? What? I want to see. I have to play this again to believe what I just heard. This is a kid. You know what, though? What's funny about this? Mark my word. You'll have the same issue and the same stance from the government, probably in California, Oregon, probably Washington, the left coast. Listen to what this. Listen to what she just said. I'm playing it again. In Canada, hello Canadians. Hey, why isn't that playing? Why isn't my mouse working? Hold up. Come on, mouse. Work.
Police are giving citizens an unusual warning.
A warning from police.
They're telling people not to post videos of the thefts to protect the privacy of the alleged thieves. A Quebec police spokesman saying you cannot post the images yourself because you have to remember, here in Canada, we have a presumption of innocence, and posting that picture could be a violation of private life. Dagan will on Canadian.
Yes, it is Clown World. Holy shit. Here's another one. As a Canadian, I don't understand Canadians obsessed with their hatred of Trump. Pro tip, he's not your president, so calm the fuck down. Oh, also in Canada, like in the United States, Toronto faces a rise in anti-Semitic incidents as a Canadian couple was harassed while ice skating. Anti-Israel protesters disrupted speech by Mayor Olivia Chow, escalating from peaceful protest to outright harassment, revealing a troubling lack of respect in the community. So this is here's this incident in Canada. Here we go.
I do agree. You see my message about ceasefire, right? So why don't you let me continue? Anyway, today we are told that I belong.
So they don't give a shit what she's saying.
Well, this is what you see is democracy in action.
No. What you're not is not democracy in action. All democracy means is that you vote for who you want as your leaders, and you vote for things that you want. Now, for example, a lot of people like to say that we're not a democracy in the United States. We are actually a democracy. It's just that our form of democracy is a representative republic, meaning we vote for our representatives who represent us in the in the legislature or whatever. We don't have direct democracy where you vote for everything, mob rule democracy, but we are a democracy. We are a representative republic is a form of democracy, right? You vote for your leaders. But mobs, mob justice or mob rule or mob, the heckler's veto, that is not democracy in any stretch of the imagination. So anyway, democracy just means you vote for your leaders or you vote for what you're doing. Okay. And so it's not what I said just a second ago. It's not a direct democracy. Okay, it's a constitutional republic. It's a form. We have a democratic process that is, whatever. So, all right. Anyway, so this goes on and on and on. But apparently they were harassing a Jewish couple here.
Hey, sir. The city councilors too. The 24 city councilors. Guys, can you make a little bit of room? Fucking quiet. You pick up Hamas?
And that, yeah.
You pick up Hamas?
What a joke.
Anyway,
you had, so I'm trying to have a dialogue.
So apparently they're not going to let the mayor speak here. This is crazy.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. You touch me. Don't touch me. You literally touch me. Back the fuck away. Are you assaulting people? Back the fuck away.
Are you assaulting people? They're just trying to escape. So they're harassing this old couple who's just out there to skate. What's weird is they're not on skates. Why aren't they on skates? I'm sorry. I tell you what, I maybe I have a little bit of Gen X in me, even though I'm the last boomer. I definitely grew up with all the Gen Xers. And I'll tell you what. Oh, did I not even have that on the screen? Or did I? I don't even know. I don't know that I would be that patient with this fuckwads. Anyway, also Canadians is trending. Here's an article from The Hill. Oh, good God. Here's another reason why Canada's trending. Almost 2/3 of Canadians say U.S. democracy can't survive another Trump term. This is in The Hill. Now, I love my Canadian brothers and sisters that come and watch the show, and the ones who have, all the smart Canadians who watch this show. But I don't care what Canadians think about our democracy, and you shouldn't care what we think about yours. You have your guy, we have our guy, and whatnot, and neither the twain shall meet. Hello, Robert Banks. Almost 2/3 of Canadians in a new survey say they are concerned that U.S. democracy will not survive another term of former President Trump. The poll by... Why are you polling Canadians on this? And why do we care? I don't care. You don't have to live under our democracy, which is representative Republican. Hello, AWOL. I'm Canadian. That is bullshit. Yeah, I think a lot of Canadians are happy with what's going on over here because they're sick of your guy too. And anyway, I got to move on because I'm not going to get done with this whole lot here. Mia Khalifa is trending again. Now, Mia Khalifa was trending a while back because she said some dumb shit about Palestine being thousands of years old, which it is not. The region certainly is thousands of years old, but there is no country called Palestine. It's always been under occupation of other places. And in fact, the only time that Palestine, or the land that is Israel, has ever been an actual country, it has been 3 times. The kingdom of Israel under King David, the Judea when Christ was born, and now as Israel. But otherwise, it's been occupied by occupying forces from various parts of the world ever since the 2000 BC, other than those 3 times it was a Jewish state. So anyway, but she's now there's an incident where this a Jewish woman apparently said something softly to Mia Khalifa. I don't know. Now here's the problem. There's something funny about this, that the only reason I'm showing it, and she's trending. Yes, the whole for DC sport franchise. Well, yeah, she's that. She's a foreign human being thing, whatever. So the reason she's trending, though, is because of this confrontation with this Jewish woman. I don't know if the woman knew who she was, But I'm wondering if the woman's son knew who she was. But here's the exchange between Mia Khalifa and some woman at an airport, because she was saying some Palestinian stuff, and this woman just said something politely to her.
That's right. Yeah. You proud of your mom? Israel Chai. I'm Israel Chai. You see that? You waiting for the bus? Because I'm waiting for my valet.
So, because she was giving her shit for wearing her chai around her neck. But I'm also wondering what the son's saying there. I'm wondering what the son is saying there, because, you know, when your mom's confronting a porn person and you have to stand there and listen and watch, and I wonder if he realizes who the porn person is versus his mom. She's the famous Lebanese porn star who cannot return to Lebanon because she is...
She got real quiet now. Israel Chai. Get away from me. Your breath smells awful. Oh my God. You smell like knockoff falafel. Bye. I'm Israel Chai.
Anyway, so that's how her protest of Mia Khalifa was. And I don't know why that's trending, but everyone's talking about it on the internet, probably because it's Mia Khalifa and people know who she is. So different people are saying different things about it, though. Well, this person says this is Mia Khalifa. The Zionists are losing the plot. She followed me through the lobby calling me slurs. Really? Now, I didn't hear her call anyone a slur. Yeah, knockoff falafel. That was funny. And didn't stop the entire time she was waiting for her Uber pool at the antique jewelry fair. She's a vendor, she made abundantly clear, so I guess this is what her business stands for. All she has said is Israel Chai. I didn't hear a slur there at all. So different people are saying different things. If you're a Jew and see an anti-Semite like Mia Khalifa in the street, there are only 3 words you need. Am Israel Chai. Give this woman a medal. But then this one says, Zionist woman aggressively confronts porn star Mia Khalifa. The people of saying, let the people of Israel live. And I don't want to show that because that's Mia Khalifa getting stooped in a porn film. So anyway, I didn't have it on the screen anyway, so that's good. Thank God I didn't have that on the screen. All right, let's move on. Davos is trending. World Economic Forum is trending, and there have been a few tidbits coming out of there already that have been just like, holy shitballs. Now, this is interesting, though. Concerns in Leipzig, Germany, there's a protest. The people unite, chant all together against fascism. We'll be interested in how Klaus Schwab and the globalists in Davos plan to rebuild this trust. I'm not sure about that. But also, this year's WEF meeting at Davos appears to be headed in the usual direction of drug-fueled bunga sex parties. Local escort service website officially announced all local service providers are completely booked during the World Economic Forum. Well, there you go. Also, Rebel News has showed up at the World Economic Forum, and here's who is that? What's his name? The dude that lives in Australia. Is that what the hell is that him? I don't know. Here's where'd my mouse go? What the hell happened here? I'm having trouble with my mouse. Let's see if this will play.
Are we live?
All right, guys, here we are, Davos, Switzerland, World Economic Forum. Kian Simoni, Avi Yamini.
Avi Yamini, that's it.
Alongside Avi. Avi, why don't you tell the people why we're here?
We are here to enjoy the European summer. No, for real, we are here to hold those that you at home want to ask the questions, to hold them accountable, those that set the agenda. And we've already met a few interesting, I'm using that term loosely. We've met a few people, and it's just literally, it starts in 20 minutes, and we've already done about 7 interviews without consent.
We got a ton of good stuff coming, guys. Stay up to date with all of our coverage at wefreports.com. Check out that website.
Hey, my Canadian friends, I got a question.
It's Kian, and he's smiling. He thinks
I noticed that a lot of people are blocked in Canada from viewing like Rebel News Instagram and other. Are you guys able to watch Rebel News in Canada anymore? Because I know they're censoring a lot of American, like the Daily Caller and things like that. What like websites right now are being censored in Canada? I'm just curious. Put it in the chat. John Kerry showed up in Davos, and here's Avi Yemeni talking to John Kerry.
What's the carbon footprint of these events every single year that you come here? Think it's worth it? Peasants pay for your crimes?
That's a stupid question.
Is it really? Is it more stupid than you traveling here to tell us? Please, sorry?
We're done. We are done now.
Don't grab me. You can't grab us. This is a free society, mate. We have freedom of the press. Why do you think you're more important? Your carbon footprint doesn't matter, but everybody else around the world
Suggested that. Nobody ever suggested that. Don't make up stupid questions.
Well, he flew there in a private jet.
That.
Stupid question.
You being here every single year and doing this suggests that.
And I have done a huge amount.
Listen, now it's finished, please.
Why can't I ask him questions? Who are you? Why are you trying to bully me out of us?
So please.
That doesn't. A lot of people say no to a lot of the policies and agendas he pushes. They don't get a choice, so why can't we ask him a question in a public space? Can you not touch me? Can you not touch me? No, I'm happy. Wait. So answer. We can walk nicely.
Your question.
What did you answer?
Please respect
Thank you so
the no.
much. I don't hope. Sir.
Listen, that's all right. We're walking to the meeting.
Okay, thanks.
You're a bunch of...
Well, he doesn't want to answer those questions, obviously. Let's see. What else we got here? The globalist lunatics certainly are living up to expectations in Davos. Here's the head of the EU, Ursula von der Leyen, claiming the biggest threat in the world is misinformation and disinformation, of course. Bigger than global wars, bigger than climate change. So basically, us telling the world what you assholes are talking about in Davos is probably the biggest threat. Here's says the people haven't forgotten about your lost text messages with Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla as you profiteered personally during the vaccine rollout, or is this simply misinformation? Your days are numbered. So here's her take.
For the global business community, the top concern for the next 2 years.
The top
is
concern.
not conflict or climate. It is disinformation and misinformation.
Oh man, you know what?
Followed closely.
Isn't it funny how for example, in the Western Hemisphere over here in the United States of America, those themes have been pushed straight from the World Economic Forum. You hear that's where you get all what was the other one? The Great Reset. Remember that came from the World Economic Forum. All these little phrases they use, Build Back Better, that came from the World Economic Forum. They were using it in the United States. They were using it in Canada. They're using it in many EU countries.
By polarization within our societies.
Biggest threat is misinformation and disinformation.
These risks are serious.
You love polarization.
Because they limit our ability to tackle the big global challenges we are facing.
Yes.
Changes in our climate.
Yes. More proof of global warming in the United States right now.
Geopolitical climate. Shifts in our demography.
Shifts in our demography. Oh, yes.
In our technology. Spiraling regional conflicts.
There's Klaus over there. There's Klaus.
Competition and their impacts on supply chains.
Yes.
The sobering reality is that we are once again competing more intensely across countries than we have in several decades. And this makes the theme of this year's Davos meeting even more relevant.
Oh, that's important.
Rebuilding trust.
Super important. Build back better, right?
This
Build
is
back
not
better.
the time for conflicts or polarization. This
Yes,
is a time
we should
to
have
build
one world
trust.
government telling everyone else what to do.
This is a time to drive global collaboration more than ever before.
Yes, because we just had a pandemic that we
requires
created.
immediate-
Okay, enough of her. I can't take it, and that's almost over anyway. So anyway, there are a lot of tidbits coming out of Davos. I'll leave this thread open. Again, escort services are completely booked. Congratulations. Here's, and this is Klaus Schwab. The headline focus for Davos is rebuilding trust. Trust in who? The World Health Organization, the United Nations, you assholes at Davos. Holy crap. You love now. Noah Harari makes surprising comments about Donald Trump. Did he really just say this? Yuval Noah Harari, one of Barack Obama's favorite authors and a frequent speaker at Davos, made some shocking comments in an interview with Steve Bartlett, a British YouTuber who runs the channel Diary of a CEO. Harari often argues that human beings are hackable creatures lacking true free will. In past interviews, he raised a big political and economic question of the 21st century, which is, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for? Oh, he's one of those. However, Harari seems now acknowledge that globalist viewpoints, including his own, are becoming increasingly unpopular. When asked the question, are you concerned that Trump might be elected again shortly, Harari responds, I think it's very likely. Now, what he said next raised a few more eyebrows. If it happens, Trump is elected, it is likely to be like the death blow to what remains of the global order. And Trump says it openly, Harari added. He argues that figures like Trump and other politicians present a false dichotomy between nationalism and globalism, implying that both can coexist at the same time. It should be clear that many of these politicians, they present a false dichotomy, a false binary vision of the world, that if you have to choose between patriotism and globalism, between being loyal to your nation and being loyal to some kind of government or whatever, so I don't know why that's a revelation of thought, but it'll be in the links there. All right, let's get to a couple articles and then I got to go because I went way over. New York Post, Trump easily wins the Iowa Caucuses, urges unity to straighten out death and destruction. Former President Donald Trump won the Iowa Caucus in a blowout Monday night, confirming his standing as the clear frontrunner in the 2024 presidential nomination. With 97% of the expected vote, Trump had 51.1% support, followed by Governor Ron DeSantis at 21.1%, Nikki Haley at 19.1%, and Vivek Ramaswamy, who ended his campaign and gave Trump his support as the results became clear. The 77-year-old Trump recorded the biggest margin of victory in modern history in the Iowa GOP caucus, dating back to 1976, and became the first Republican candidate to get more than 50% support in a contested caucus. The former president won or led in 98 of the Hawkeye State's 99 counties as of midnight Tuesday, with only Johnson County, the home of the University of Iowa and Iowa City, narrowly denying him a clean sweep by barely going for Haley. I want to congratulate Ron and Nikki for having a good time together. We're having a good time together. A notably low-key Trump said in his victory speech in Des Moines. I think they both actually did very well. I really do. I think they both did very well. So he was, and then Ramaswamy, we know, dropped out, which is the article here in The Hill. Ramaswamy ends his 2024 bid and endorses Trump, saying he's the only, there's only two America First candidates, and I was one of them. Donald Trump is the other. Daily Caller, apparently Marco Rubio has also endorsed Trump for president ahead of the Iowa caucus. He did that before yesterday. So that's another endorsement Trump got from a known politician. Now, there's an article in PJ Media about why DeSantis and Haley need to stay in the race. Interesting. Trump supporters have been saying all along that no one had a snowball's chance in hell of topping him in the GOP primary, and they were vindicated Monday night, although perhaps not the margin they expected. Shortly after the Iowa caucus concluded, tech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy announced he would suspend his campaign and endorse Trump. That leaves two Trump alternatives, DeSantis and Haley. Trump campaign has called on the candidates to drop out and clear the field for Trump. And this person says, I don't think they should, and here's why. There's still a very real possibility that Trump could be in jail by the time the general election rolls around, note what I am not saying that Trump should be in prison, although Trump is the runaway favorite to win the nomination. The fact remains that he is now engaged in a multi-front war. Ask Napoleon how that worked out. Let's look. Oh, and this is the one that shows the dates of the upcoming trials and how they fit in with the rest of the primaries and caucuses and election day. So you got 23rd, February 8th in Nevada, 24th of February, South Carolina, March 2nd, Michigan, several states there, basically January through November. Now, let's see. Oh, here, this is the order. So January 23rd, New Hampshire primary. February 8th, Nevada caucus. February 24th, South Carolina primary. March 2nd, Michigan, Idaho, Missouri, District of Columbia, North Dakota primaries to the caucus. March 4th, the federal election interference case. March 5th, Super Tuesday. May 20th, Mar-a-Lago classified docs case. March 25th, Stormy Daniels payments. July 15th, GOP convention. August 5th, Georgia election interference case. And November 5th, election day. That's some heavy ammo aimed at destroying Trump at the time he should be spending his time and money campaigning. Some or possibly all of these cases will be delayed for one reason or another, which means come November, Trump could still be embroiled in legal troubles. There are several possible scenarios. All the cases will be disposed of, and Trump will go free on this with his life. Unlikely. Trump loses one or more cases and is sentenced to jail time just in time for the election, which is possible. And Trump is kicked off the ballot in key states, which is also possible. Yeah! I don't think so. I think the Supreme Court's going to squelch that bullshit. But anyway, so they think that just as a, you know how when you apply for, well, I don't know if everyone here has applied for colleges, but when you apply for colleges, you have that one application that's a safety school. I think he's making a safety school argument here with keeping DeSantis and Nikki Haley in the race. Let's see. In Breitbart, Republicans react to Trump's massive Iowa win. Cue the journal and liberal meltdown, of course. Many Republicans celebrated President Donald Trump's Iowa win on Monday evening by ripping the media and Democrats for trying to prevent Trump's potential second term. The race was called for Trump at around 8:30 Eastern time, just 30 minutes into caucusing. And the reason they did that is because of what they call entry polls. I think they need to stop doing that shit. I think they need to stop calling races until the race is over, because we know what happened in Arizona, which was, in 2020. But I don't like when they do that. They need to stop. They can say, oh, this poll did that and this. We can't call a winner though. But anyway, he said, I said it before and I'll say it again. President Trump is our Republican nominee for 2024. He will defeat Joe Biden in November to save America. House Conference Chair Elise Stefanik posted on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. Cue the journal and the liberal meltdown. Conservative commentator Megyn Kelly, once a Trump critic, said the comeback was stunning. Trump wins Iowa easily. Honestly, what a comeback versus where he was after 2020. It's truly stunning, she said. Establishment trash seething right now. Conservative media personality Darren J. Beatty posted. Representative Lance Gooden of Texas also chimed in to congratulate Trump. Iowa is Trump country. Congratulations to President Donald J. Trump on his massive win in the Hawkeye State. In November, the American people will vote to make America great once again. And then whoever this Lance Gooden is, Iowa's Trump. So basically, these are all the people who like Trump saying, yes, 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 we did it. And now they got to go on to New Hampshire. In Breitbart, let's see. Oh, CNN entrance poll. 68% of the people that they polled going into the Iowa caucuses believe Joe Biden didn't legitimately win the election. Wow. 68% of Iowa caucus goers do not believe President Biden legitimately won the 2020 election, while 30% think he did. A CNN entrance poll found Monday evening. Look, here's why I don't know that. I'm not saying that there were counts of shenanigans, although it certainly seems that it's possible. It's in fact probably probable, because I can't know of an election in my lifetime there wasn't shenanigans. But I say that the election was rigged in the sense that the entire media establishment put their thumbs on the scales constantly in the 2020 election. And the fact that they interfered with the election by suppressing stories that were bad for Biden, or not even talking about stories that were bad for Biden, and constant drumbeat of boom, Trump, this bad, Trump bad. Okay? That's how they interfered with the election, with their bullshit, very biased, one-sided coverage for the entire cycle. And that is not their job as journalists. They became editorial staffs for an entire election season. And the fact that they hid all of Biden's negatives and let him sit in the basement, not campaign, and just hammer Trump for months. So I'm in the, well, obviously I FTG to the media in the 2020 election. But 68% of Iowa people, the caucus goers, think Joe didn't win legitimately. Apparently the messaging of Trump was working in Iowa. In unlock this article for free, whatever. Trump aide Jason Miller, pretty safe to say that VP won't be Vivek. Now, this is interesting. Top Donald Trump advisor Jason Miller dismissed the prospect of Vivek Ramaswamy becoming Trump's vice presidential pick in an interview with the New York Post on Sunday, telling the Post that voters can probably rule out Ramaswamy as ex-president VP pick. Miller said that it was pretty safe to say that it won't be Vivek. His comments came a day after Trump published a post slamming Ramaswamy on Truth Social. Vivek started a campaign as a great supporter and the best president in generations, etc. Unfortunately, now all he does is disguise his support in the form of deceitful campaign tricks, Trump wrote on Saturday. Very sly, but a vote for Vivek is a vote for the other side. Don't get duped by this. The intervention came after Vivek was heard trying to pull away from Trump caucus voters by telling them he would be prohibited from becoming president again and that the only way to save Trump was to vote for Vivek, a talking point confirmed by the national. Okay, we saw the video of that. So anyway, Jason Miller does not think that he will be the choice. I don't think so either. I don't think it's going to be any of the candidates that ran against Trump. I think it'll be somebody. I keep saying Kristi Noem. It's not going to be Kristi Noem either. It's not going to be what's their face from Arizona. I just hope he doesn't pick another safe Mike Pence type pick, which was probably a decent pick in 2016. And I wouldn't be upset if Vivek would be, if it was it, but Vivek's not a great pick, to be fair. He doesn't bring much value to the ticket. The only value he brings is, oh my God, I want to see the debate between Vivek Ramaswamy and Kamala Harris. He'll run circles around her. That'd be awesome. But, and also, the other thing Vivek is good at, even though I don't necessarily trust him, he is excellent at handling people asking him questions, whether they are on his side or whether they are not on his side. He is brilliant at handling people who dissent from his views. And so he's really good. Tucker Carlson? Oh, boy. Tucker Carlson. Oh, that would be something. But no, we can't do that. In the Daily Caller, Biden campaign announces massive fundraising haul. And remember, Biden campaign does not spend any money right now, but there's just one problem. The Biden campaign raised significantly less in quarter four of 2023 than the Trump camp did at the same point in the lead up to the 2020 election. Biden and his allies are touting that the president's campaign raised $97 million in the last 3 months of 2023, and that it had $117 million on hand at the end of that period. The Trump campaign, meanwhile, raised $154 million and $195 million in the bank at the same point in the 2020 election cycle. So they're far behind what Trump was doing in 2020. Amazing. The disparity between Trump and Biden's campaign is heightened when you consider inflation. The dollar is worth 20% less now than it was in January 2020, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index calculator. Polling has suggested that Americans are not satisfied with the president's handling of inflation. So anyway, another poll, don't care. Here, let's see. And Kamala has run away from D.C. to escape bipartisan mockery. Joe Biden has spent approximately 40% of his presidency on vacation. And apparently he's not the only one in the White House who likes to be missing in action. According to a recent expose from the Los Angeles Times, Kamala Harris is spending more time at her home in California than than she has previously. Why? Well, she wants to get away from the scorn and criticism that's coming from her at both sides of the aisle. For Harris, the impulse is to escape Washington, where she faces Republican scorn and criticism within her own party. For downtime at home, it has been difficult to satisfy over the last few years. The article explains she's not liking the heat. All right, I gotta go. But here's the other article in here is can the shift in black vote to Trump overcome the Democratic Party's vote tampering? That's a good question. You can read that one. In fact, J.J. Sefton mentioned that one this morning or yesterday morning, and so there's an article on that. But I gotta skedaddle. So anyway, guys, that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow on Hump Day for another episode of the Morning Night Live. This is the 5th anniversary of the show, by the way. Sometime during the week, drop a 5 in the tip jar. That'll make me want to keep going for another 5 years. No, I'm going to go another 5 years, no matter what, unless I die or something. Which don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, damn. 40 people viewing, but only 29 likes. So hit the like button before you go. Share the stream, even though it's over. We'd like to have people see this. And if you want to sponsor the show, PDogNight.live, 24 hours a day. Drop a message in with your donation, and I will read it on the show as always. So I'll drop all these links in the chat during the outro and into the description of both videos. That's it for today. Gotta go. My name is Pete Dog Night, and I'm out here. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day. Here come the links. Bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Night, and I'm out of here.